So here we are with another HHN video. And yep, we got some interesting news. While I'm not a fan of the anime, okay, not so much as a fan, more like I haven't watched the anime. Ooh, I know, I haven't watched an overly popular anime, and I'm late to the news. That's literally every time. Mostly, alright. But yeah, we have some interesting news, and while it may not be true, and I'll talk about it why, it does kind of open the possibility up to a new venture for Halloween Horror Nights. And that is the announcement that there was a new speculation map dropped a couple days ago. And on there, one of the haunted houses is said to be Demon Slayer, the anime. So Demon Slayer is now keep in mind there was talk of an original house that was supposed to be Japanese. Now, personally, the reason why I haven't watched Demon Slayer, not because I'm not interested, it's more like it's an overhyped anime, it's an overly popular anime, so I'm always like, is it not going to live up to the hype? That's why it took so long for Attack on Titan, that's why it took so long for My Hero. It's just, I get it, like, that's why it also took so long on Spy X Family, because it just hit the ground running. And I'm like, I don't know if it's going to live up to the hype. So there's your thing. So there's my thing. Now, the one thing you have to look at, and I'm going to be very blunt here, is that I don't think this is real. And the reason I say now, glass half full, devil's advocate, whatever you want to say, there's a chance it could be real. I mean, hell, Ghostbusters got a house, Beetlejuice got a house, and those were not horror centric. They were creepy, yeah, but they were not horror-centric houses. They're more like houses you could go in with your family. It's not recommended you go to Halloween Horror Nights with your kids. It's actually very frowned upon. Don't do it. It makes everyone else's life's hell. But having said that, the fact that you could have it does show that the past few years that Halloween Horror Nights is branching out in terms of the other medium. And it still kind of keeps that vibe of creepiness to it. Hell, I mean, again, we had The Weeknd last year, and it proved to be one of the best houses, was The Weeknd After Hours Nightmare. So could we get a Demon Slayer house? It's possible. Is Demon Slayer scary? Not really. I mean, there's some horror elements, but it's not really considered a horror anime. So it does, however, open the door to something that I think we can all really appreciate. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the possibility of more anime coming to Universal Studios. Now, again, I do have to stress that, like, there is the thing of, obviously the big thing is that Halloween Horror Nights to an extent, it has had some anime features there. And there has been Japanese stuff in the Halloween Horror Nights in the past. I mean, Silent Hill and Resident Evil, though that was more based on the movie, and Silent Hill, the game, less than the movie, was at Halloween Horror Nights as a haunted house years ago. And in Japan, they have a lot of anime experiences. So it's not too unlikely that this could happen. Though honestly, like I said, what it probably is that it's an original house that's going to be Japanese horror-based, but someone got the translation wrong and just ran with it that it's Demon Slayer. That's what I feel like happened for this. But I could be wrong. And it does, like, I am excited at the thought of having of an anime property at there. So this kind of leads the question of, could we get horror stuff here in America in the Halloween Horror Nights? Almost got tongue-tied there. And that's what this video is really what it's about, is that, what horror anime could work at Halloween Horror Nights? So that's the big thing. Like, that's what this video is really about. So let's get started with the first thing. The one anime I really think could work at Halloween Horror Nights, and this is the one I would love to see the most, is Hellsing. Hellsing would be awesome. I mean, they already have Dracula as one of their Universal monsters, so you could do. Why not have if you're gonna do Universal monsters yearly, focus on another monster that isn't Dracula. Maybe give finally Creature from the Black Lagoon his own haunted house, and maybe feature one of the other monsters, and have your Dracula, aka Alucard, in a different house. And how would you do the house? honestly, I think the facade could be the. I think really what it could work is that the facade could be the Hellsing organization building. You go in and you can find like it could lead you into like the first episode. You know, get attacked by ghoul, like get scared by ghouls. The preacher, the vampire preacher, also run into Ceres, see Alucard, and maybe take you for the first 3 episodes of Hellsing. I think that could work. The first 3 episodes in the series. I think that's how you could do it as this. Next up, also not so much well, tongue-tied again. This one is not only a game, but also got an anime, so it counts. It's not the one you think I'm gonna say. Corpse Party. Corpse Party would be terrifying. Oh, good lord! Could you imagine a Corpse Party haunted house at Universal? That would Corpse Party is enough. Like, I know that's kind of a cult favorite game, but like I said, they've had Japanese horror games. They had Silent Hill, and it wasn't based off the movies; it was based off the video game. So I would really love to see the idea of them doing Corpse Party, just to use Sachiko just to scare kids, scare people at like a desolate school. God, that'd be so terrifying. Corpse Party would be terrifying. So Corpse Party would be really cool. I think also that you could do. You may be thinking Danganronpa, and it's not. Well, Danganronpa has some horror elements, but I don't think anyone would get it. And also if they announced Danganronpa for if they ever announced Danganronpa for for a haunted house, good lord, could you just imagine all the Hot Topic kids just crawling out of the woodwork to go see this? Oh man. But I will say another anime that would work perfectly for Halloween Horror Nights, and it's without question I think one of the best ideas, Parasite. And that's actually one my girlfriend pitched when we were talking about this. We were watching the video talking about the speculation maps. Parasite was the one she suggested. I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. Just what you could do with the prosthetics and the puppetry for the alien parasites, that's perfect. Like, Parasite the Maxim would be an excellent house. Just disgusting, but also fun. It'd be great. Next up, High School of the Dead. That's all I need to say, really, right? High School of the Dead would be just a perfect house. Just have zombies, and also some people who are well endowed. And yeah, High School of the Dead would be a lot of fun, and I think it would be a great tribute because the creator fell ill and tragically passed away, and was never able to continue the series, the anime or the manga. So I think it would be like a love letter to the creator if we did this as like a whole house, as a haunted house, and just focus on the anime and like focus on that. It's not hard to do. Universal did Walking Dead 5 years in a row. It would not be hard for them to break out the zombie stuff again. As for others, I think another would be a lot of fun is Higurashi, but not a lot of people have seen Higurashi. That's the problem with a lot of these, is that aside from Hellsing, a lot of these are kind of like under the radar stuff, but they're really scary. So Higurashi would be just also, especially the nail gun scene. Could you just imagine what they do with that, with the let me break out the whitest kids you know theme. Nail gun. Oh, that's for everyone who wanted to feel old today. As for others, Elfen Lied would be a very fascinating pick. Although I feel like more people would go in there to be scared and walk out depressed. If you know, you know. I think. There's a ton of horror anime out there. I would think, another would be a good one. Just like how they could recreate the umbrella scene. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen that anime. Then you know what I'm talking about. Attack on Titan would be fascinating, how they could pull that off. I imagine that would be a lot of large puppetry. It'd probably be very expensive. They may not do that, but yeah, I just don't see that happen. It would be cool, but I just don't know if they could do that. I think Terraformers would be interesting. Terraformers would actually be really cool. If you've seen that anime, yeah, just imagine what they could do with the cockroach people. That'd be a lot of fun. Island of the Giant Insects. That's a low key anime, and it's a gory, trashy manga. But trust me, Universal's done trash and gore several times over. But yeah. So those are just a few picks right there. But cycling back, do I think Demon Slayer is coming to Halloween Horror Nights? Maybe not. Probably not. More than likely not. But could it? It's possible. There's still that door open. And maybe if it does well, maybe we could get the door really kicked open to see some really cool stuff come from Japan. Some really cool anime. Maybe even like give them more hype over here and overseas, and maybe even open the more doors to, other stuff. I'm personally waiting for a Gremlins house. That'd be a lot of fun. Maybe that can be the tip to tip the barrel over, and maybe we could get some anime haunted horror houses. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I mean, it looks like more and more that we are getting Last of Us, and not the video, and not the show. We're getting the video game version of The Last of Us for this year. So who knows what else will happen. So yeah, but you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of the idea of Halloween Horror Nights possibly getting Demon Slayer, and what horror anime would you like to see get a haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.